Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? RPG Man and Goober, I've got your entries for the day. How are you? Aloha Friday to everybody, and I hope it's a good one. It is a stormy thunder day here. The lightning is big loud, so if you hear that, that's what that is. Hopefully the power stays on for us because that's the way it goes. RPG Man, John over on YouTube, Elixir Merchant, and Goober, welcome. And I've got those two entries there. Let's get back to it. Oh boy, lightning is being swarmed by enemy units at HQ. Uh-oh. James, how's it going? What's happening today? So look, yesterday we reset this stage. I could not get, what's his face, Saradin to appear. So, I am going to see about trying it again. And we'll go from there. Elixir Merchant, I got not the 13 character. Whew, thank goodness. No, just kidding. Elixir, I got your entry here. Okay. Aw, you done killed my ghost. They killed my ghost. So here's the lowdown from yesterday, right? So yesterday, could not get an event to trigger. Now today, I am just kind of breezing through everything to see if I can't get this event to trigger. So we went all the way up to there's a northern town that triggers the Bell of Light appearing. Went and picked up the Bell of Light, so I've got that. Now I'm going to do the temple. Okay, John says might as well leave that temple alone until you liberate everything. Okay, so let's do that first. I do have a character headed up there, but let's go ahead and stop them. Then I'll come over here and we'll intercept. Oh yeah, James, good memory. Good memory, yeah. I'm not sure what was causing that Uncharted Waters issue. That was pretty frustrating as well. I think we figured it out, obviously, because we beat the game. But I don't recall what the event trigger wound up being ultimately. It gave it to us in very unusual circumstances, an unusual order, and in a place or position where it didn't really make sense. So, am I doing Mr. Temper's approach of storming HQ with 2 units? No, absolutely not. I did have a unit making a beeline for that one temple, though. I do have the Bell of Light, so we've got that triggered, but you just suggested that we liberate everything else first, so I can go ahead and do that, and then we'll go from there. Should be just a few more things, realistically. Anyway, there is some stuff back at base that's going on. DD Dragon, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Playing JP versus Super Famicom is much better than what Global got. What's the key differences? Dragon, I got your entry here. All right, you're exhausted. Well, it's Friday, so hopefully that brings you some respite and some assurance that rest is coming. Yeah, I can imagine that would be a problem. I'm sure you could get the English translation in there. Well, what's the difference? Was this one where they made it easier overseas, or they made it harder overseas, or they did that all the time back then, as you well know. They just were like, you know what, this should be a harder game, or you know what, this should be an easier game. It's on and on and on. Oh, the quick save. So that's a quick save, right? Or does it, like, are you actually straight up, like, saving in the middle of, like, a battle? We were talking about that a while ago, and I think you could definitely, like, soft lock yourself if that were the case. Let's see. I'll come up over here. And then, so one wonders why they would have taken all that out. We need a liberator unit over here. Let me send out good old Paulette. There we are. More like the PS1 version. Okay. DD Dragon, I'm glad that we're getting updates on the saga of meal delivery. Struggled to put them in the fridge. Was it like too much food or what? I don't know. Have you ever heard that? This is not, I'm not trying to slam you or anything. Have you ever heard that? I got a double card earlier too. Stupid tower card. Have you ever heard that song from Weird Al, First World Problems? Pretty great. I'm an apprentice of the genius sculpture. Bacchus must trust you with a secret. You know, the statue of Saladin. It said that it is a work by Bacchus, but that's not entirely true. It's just a replica of the real Saladin who was turned to stone by Abileo's magic. One of the statues around here is actually the real Saladin. While he was alive, Bacchus didn't have the courage to tell anyone the truth and asked me to. Anyway, there's a line on that that's like, I got too many groceries from my refrigerator. So that's, imagine this is the same thing. How's it going, Teddy? Back for more heckling, huh? Major Rage, what's going on over on Twitch? How you doing? How's Kitty Cat? You got 41 meals in one day in error. Ooh. That sounds like an expensive error as well. Huh? It's just, sometimes you hear it in your sleep. But today's the day. It's going to be it. Doing great, doing great. I was remarking earlier we've got some nasty weather here today. So if the stream goes down, you'll know what it is. Or maybe I just rage quit. I don't know. If it's possible to get locked out of the side quest in Balmorian Ruins, are you talking about not being able to get Saladin? Let's see. Go ahead and charge that. Why Nightmare instead of Nightmare? The move was named by Nickelodeon. Wasn't quite expecting that. Mr. Temper, what's going on? Here for the pain again? What do you want to argue about today? And congrats on Arithmetician. Yeah, that was what I saw yesterday, John. Somebody on GameFAQs was locked out. So, this is a thing. There were a couple other people that reported it. As in Uncharted Waters, there's probably just some real odd event trigger mechanism that's not quite there. Would insurance cover a second fridge? With, you know, raising two kids, getting one of those standing freezers, you know? Just like the long, low ones. That's great. Took the dog. How's Vivi, Mage? Oh, yeah. This one. This one's a little vexing. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good deal if they did, huh? Not too shabby. Yeah, come to find out, insurance is pretty bad at covering anything. Oh, great. Cool. That sounds like you're being good pet parents. How many pets do you have? Do you have well, I know you've got a cat and a dog now. We are currently petless in our house. Kids want to get some fish, though. I like keeping fish. Let's see. Actually, we can kind of come down here now, I think. Snag up some of these other spaces. And, you know, with the rain that we've been having, kids are actually home from school today, so I don't need to rush off anywhere. 3 kitties, Vivi, Sid, and Persephone. Plus 1 puppy. What's the pup's name? I dig the names, too. I appreciate a good pop culture or ancient literature reference. Arcadia. I think I remember this now. So Arcadia came from where? There's a, I think there's a city in California named Arcadia, isn't it? In it. Oh, Skies of Arcadia. I don't know why my brain didn't put the 2 and 2 together there. Skies of Arcadia. It would have been great if you'd called the puppy Skies of Arcadia, the full title. Okay, that one will guard there, and then we'll swap over here, grab one of these. And, oh, well, I don't know. Let's see. They're coming across here. So we can go up here. Oh, yeah. Items. Good old items. Gotta make sure we do that as well. So I've never played Skies of Arcadia. I've got the Dreamcast one, I think. Would always love to play it. I really like that era. But I think it's going to be a long time before I play every Dreamcast RPG. I don't know. The OG. So what did they ported it from there to a different system, or am I thinking about a sequel? I might be thinking of a sequel. Yeah, I know. I've met a lot of fans of Skies of Arcadia. It's interesting, like, I think you stick around the internet long enough, you can't name any game for which somebody is not like, ugh, nails on a chalkboard to me. Which is interesting. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Maybe we'll use a card to debilitate them in a minute here. GameCube. That's what I was thinking. How many Dreamcast RPGs are there? I actually have no idea. I've never tried compiling a list for those. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I know I did try counting GameCube once. There's actually very few on there. There are not many GameCube ones. We've already got a moon card, so. No, I don't want to use the Bell of Light. So that's what we need to do there, huh? Now it's already prompting me to use that. But we're sure we need to liberate everything else? Seems that way. Okay, let's see here. We'll use up Devil and Tower because it's kind of taking up space. Earthquake. Very selective earthquake. Got a lot of stars, so we can use one of those too. I think this is agility. Yep, agility up. Yeah, I don't know. Dreamcast RPGs. I haven't played many Dreamcast games, I'll be honest. I remember back in the day, I wanted a Dreamcast just for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I was very excited once they brought that over to PS2 because it was like, wow, cool. There's not a whole lot on Dreamcast that interested me way back when. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd say that's one of the greatest of all time right there. I really enjoyed the 2D fighting game era. I was a huge fan of Darkstalkers. Before and after watching the show. Oh, we got a summons. Let's see, I can't recall what that does. Oh yeah, sends all friendly units to the location of the leader. That's right. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is almost about to do things. So I like the look of Guilty Gear. I've never played Guilty Gear. That's on me. But yeah. No, it looks cool. Right, like these days I'm so out of practice on fighting games that I haven't really bothered to try and get into them, you know. Yeah, all of Capcom's versus fighters are really good. Definitely. I wish they'd bring back Darkstalkers, but then again, I don't really play too many fighting games these days. I played a lot of them in the arcades and a little bit on console. So it never felt quite right to me to play them on a controller. Although I played the heck out of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 on PlayStation. Got him. Yeah. It's always it's at its most fun when you are you know, when you're doing couch co-op, like what we were talking about yesterday, couch competitive, when you've got the fellows in the same room, getting your butt kicked by a Korean person that you've never met online isn't a really fun experience, you know. Marvel fighting game, Tokidan. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. That did look cool. Let's see. They got stuff. Yeah, I don't really need anything right now. And this is actually our opportunity to reserve our merchant stuff. So there's that. Sweet, another Emperor card. That's not too shabby. No. Okay, and then you can come on down. Reserve me? I don't know what I said. Reserve? Somebody said something about reserves. I don't want to use the darn bell. Snag one of these over here. Okay, how are we looking at the rest of the map? Yeah. That's cool. There's gonna be a bit of fighting. Oh, Reserve the Merchant. That's I need to get into the RP here. No. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for not rushing the prompt because that would be a mistake. That would be bad. So we're not going to do that. If we can help it, we'll try not to. That's kind of the fun thing about auto battling on here is you get to do a little multitasking. I like multitasking. So that's bad. So we need a unit to come around there. Well. Write it out. Maybe what we'll do is we'll stop targeting the leader on this. Just kind of go from there. Samurai look real cool on this game. Most of the sprites on this look pretty cool. I think there are a few of them that look pretty stupid. Like the golem guy here, that looks a little dumb. I never liked the look of the hawkmen or ravenmen in here. It's kind of look like cavemen that are jumping. The wizards look great. The ninja look great. Samurai look great. Dragons look awesome. Love the ghosts with their bad boy stance. Because they know they're ghosts. They're like, can't touch us. Alright, let me see if I can actually catch one of these before they go back. And then what we'll do is I think I'll push up with this guy. So, yeah, not going to waste our merchant item on this level, and then a lot fewer uses of boots. Actually, I don't think I've used boots yet. So we did conserve some stuff by not consuming all that yesterday. Or again today, rather. So it's a good day. It's a good day. Ah, Blizzard. Oh yeah, that thunderstorm is thundering. Like watching the AI units panic. Or like when they route and start heading back to base, or what are we talking about? Case in point. Write it out. Alright, mop the floor with them. So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna take we'll try with the animation off for a minute. It is definitely faster. It's not as fun. But we did this map, most of this map, well, almost all of it, yeah. Most of it yesterday, so. Mermaids do have the advantage because they're on water. This is true, John. When you get too close to their HQ, they suddenly halt trying to attack your HQ and reverse course to defend their HQ. Oh, I see. I see. So, have you had, Temper, have you had any issues with AI pathing in this game with the paths that units are taking? Yeah, it does save time on long runs. And I think, too, if I restart a map, this is what I'm going to do. But after this, I'm definitely turning animation back on because it's just too cool. I think for the most part, for me, I don't have any issue with the paths on this game. Unless I'm trying to get them into water, then they tend to be a little on the weird side. Oh yeah, the treasure. I forgot that one was there. Got me one of those backs. 'Cause I'm back in black. Ban, ban it, ban. Hey, now, yeah, let me use the thing here. There we go. Yeah, that's true. Your micromanagement is going to be great. Did you clear another map yesterday, or how's that going? Ogre in the house. How are you? What's happening? Hey, and Ogre, how's that NES or SNES mouse project going? Oh, you cleared 2 more yesterday. So you're probably right around the same part that I am. Oh, here we go. Hey, wait, this isn't Kill Wheel, aka Torque Legend of the Ogre Crown. It's not? If you're not an ogre rolling in a giant spiked wheel dishing out violent death to anybody in the kingdom, then I don't even know why you're playing it. Some of us have questionable taste. Cinco, how you doing? Aloha Friday to you. How's everything going? Lost Mod is basically done? Oh, cool. Sarge Smash, how are you? Oh yeah, the snow map. Cool. Yeah. We did restart the map. We did. So, so there's that. I think I am gonna use a boot here. We see what we get. I got your entry. Good reminder for everybody. The giveaway we are still conducting is for the 8-bit Do controller. And you can enter by following the channel on Twitch and typing in the code there above my character's head. I mean my head. All right, folks, I got you. So today we've got RPG Man 1, Goober, Elixir Merchant, DD Dragon, Sarge Smash, Mr. Temper, and Major Rage. I think that's everybody so far. So Cinco and Sarge, what's going on? Any weekend plans for, well, anybody? We don't have to limit it to just those two. We're going to have a rough weather weekend, so I think we're just hunkering down and hoping that we don't blow away to the land of Oz. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. Hopefully not much. A little staycation. Oh my goodness, significantly faster. No, not tornado watch today, flooding watch today. Fortunately, our street doesn't seem to flood. My next door neighbor has been here for like 40 years, and he's like, it's never really flooded. But once you go out of this neighborhood, there can be some significant flooding. So we just got to keep an eye out for that. And then pretty much every storm from this point forward has us on edge here because of the damage that we sustained from that hurricane 2 years ago. So, but yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it. Last time I checked, there's no high wind warning or anything like that. So my backyard's flooded. There's that. But I don't think we're at the point where we need like a sandbag or anything. Installing a wheelchair ramp. Oh, that's a great deed to do. Helping out people who need help with access. That's great. Yeah, so how is Final Fantasy Legend treating you? For the record, I count it as a real Final Fantasy. It's in the title. I don't make the rules. If the company calls it that, that's what it is. But it fills that weird Final Fantasy niche of like, this is a Final Fantasy and it also spun off into its own series. But yeah, I liked Final Fantasy Legend. It's rough, but it's not the worst thing. My house got messed with a tornado. A neighbor across the street lost his entire roof. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely terrifying. I've seen some of I mean I count myself lucky. Like, you know, we had damage. Not everybody in my neighborhood did. And there's one way to look at that as like, well, why did I have to have damage when all of these people, you know, didn't? But then, you know, you look at some people that had it really rough, you know, houses, like the whole house gone, the roof gone, garage gone, a whole tree shearing the house in half, stuff like that. That's wild. Yeah, Legend is weird and fun. What kind of team are you using on Legend? Very unique, absolutely. Yeah, approaching it from the right angle, that's super Game Boy RPG right there. That's exactly how they are. Yes, exactly that, John. Exactly that. That is what I'm referring to. Now I'll meet people who will be like, well, they're not real Final Fantasies. It's like, it's Final Fantasy. You don't have to put real, like, as a clarifier. They're not numerical Final Fantasies, but there are tons of Final Fantasy spin-offs, and many of which created their own. So you have a human male, human female, mutant female, and a monster. Nice. Yeah, it's hard for me. It's hard to play that game and not be like, I just want to use mutants. I think the monster system is really interesting on that. You don't see that too frequently, so that's a fun one. I don't really need star. Okay, no. And what else here? What else? Let's see. There is a treasure down there. There's the chaos thing up there. Oh, and there's the other one over there to liberate. And there's another thing over there. So we mostly almost got everything. Yeah, it's fun to mess with, but it's not like the monster system. It's fun to mess with, but it's not like, oh, this is game changing. There's a couple spots, the last time I was playing it, there's a couple spots where it's like, oh yeah, steamroll, you know? Yeah, FF Legend is the first Saga game, yeah. Fun to see another experiment with incremental character progression as opposed to the traditional level system. Absolutely. Yeah, and I can appreciate that they've got, you know, the monster meat, they've got the traditional leveling, and then they've got purchasing upgrades. So they all kinds of things all across the board. Let's just hope it doesn't lock up again. Oh yeah, the trigger, the event trigger. Hopefully, we're nearly finished here. So. Oh, you've played all the Saga games except the OG? So have you played Final Fantasy Legend 2 and 3? Because they made 3 of those on Game Boy. It was the Final Fantasy Legend, and then Final Fantasy Legend 2 and Final Fantasy Legend 3. 2 and 1 I remember really, really well. Not so much the other ones. Or not so much 3. I don't remember 3 that well. Oh, those 3 OGs. Got it. Got it. Yeah, you might like them. They are like I said, rough around the edges, and sometimes they feel like a simplified NES, like a demake of like an NES RPG. But I do have a soft spot for Game Boy RPGs. Call liking 2 better than 1. I think I also liked 2 better than 1. It's been a very long time though. I only played the first one recently. I need to play the second and third one. You know which one I really like? I like Final Fantasy Adventure quite a bit. Seiken Densetsu Final Fantasy Gaiden. Bam, bam. Bam. Bam, bam. Yeah, that's the one that shares sprites within it. No, not gonna use that. What is it that I'm thinking of here? Oh, we turned back. Yeah, let's use this. There's a weird other timeline where like Final Fantasy 2 and the 3 Legends were really popular, and those were the kinds of systems that Final Fantasy used to this day. Oh, which oh, okay. It was the Saga collection? Got it. Yeah, you should definitely get the Saga. I think the Saga collection and the Mana collection are really nicely complementary. That was where I replayed it last, was on the Mana collection. But I get hassling for Chrono Trigger. A lot of people think I'm joking calling Chrono Trigger Final Fantasy. I'm not. I would consider Chrono Trigger, Mana, and Saga to be Final Fantasy spin-offs that just created their own series that went their separate ways. Yeah, I keep forgetting to sell the nugget. I'm not hurting for money right now. Blossom, how's it going? You thought you were seeing aliens last night? Was it like a pile of clothes? It happens. It happens to the best of us, evidently. Blossom, welcome back. How are you? Right, take care of this unit because it's annoying. Ooh. Stupid stun. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad we turned off the animation for this rerun through this map. I like it when you can ping pong and animate between 2 units like that. I think that's fun. So Blossom, I'm gonna need details. What were the aliens that you were looking at? You can't just introduce that and then not follow through. I need details. Let's see. So we got those. This is cleared. Yeah, I think I checked this one, but I can't remember. Yeah. And then there's going to be... there's a treasure down there. I guess I'll have this unit go and grab that. Oh, after the vampire takes care of this, then we'll do our thing. But if they were to remake this game, though, I think a fast-forward feature for combat would be a lot of fun. Just blitz through it real quick. Ooh, loud thunder. I think it's getting closer here. Okay, we'll catch that on the way up. I'm just going to get the item. It's like around here or something. Okay, I need to get that one. Oh boy, second wave. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the power was out. You had to go downstairs very carefully to borrow someone else's phone to check some stuff. The kitchen has all these glowing symbols in the air. Gave you a sense of vertigo because they kept moving. It was the only illuminated thing in the room. Not usually prone to this kind of thing. The first thought was, okay, what's happening? The lights are flickering on and off outside. So what was it? You found an item that turns a knight into a vampire. Okay, so yeah, the blood kiss, right? Blood. I did it. I would pick a knight to do that, definitely. So vampires are pretty cool. In the front row, they have life suck, which is a pretty good attack that also recovers some of their HP. And then they're really tanky too, like really tanky. So so that's fun. And then in the back row, I think they get 2 charm attacks, which you know, can let them control an enemy and get them to attack for your side. So life suck, and then you die. I want that to be on my tombstone. Life suck. That's it. Not my name or anything, just that. When I did finally get to a flashlight, I figured out this glowing outdoor magnets. Interesting. So you weren't aware that they were glow in the dark magnets. I don't know that I've had that exact experience, but I do have an active imagination, particularly in the dark. And thanks to my dad watching X-Files in front of me as a kid, yeah, I get spooked in the dark. Still sometimes fairly easily, although walk around in the dark all the time. But we have big windows on one side of our house, and so you pass those in the dark, it's pretty easy to imagine something on the other side. And sometimes that's fun. You get like a little you know? Okay, I think that's the last town to liberate. Oh, nighttime. Used to be the center. Yeah, blah blah blah. Read all that yesterday. Okay, so it's time. I'm gonna go straight for the town. I don't need to like try and. Let me look at the map here. Oh, there it is. He was like 1 pixel off. Oh yeah, are you afraid of the dark? I was watching that not too long ago. That's a fun one to revisit. The Goosebumps show was a little more hit or miss, I think. But Are You Afraid of the Dark was pretty great. I do remember Goosebumps. Something like that. Pretty sure that's exactly not what it sounded like. But yeah, you know what? That was one of my biggest regrets moving from Hawaii to the mainland. Was giving away my collection of Goosebumps books. I had a huge set of those. Oh yeah, I loved the adventure books. Was it the Carnival one with the purple alligator on the front of it? I think there was another one about looking through the woods. It was that one? One of my favorites. Hologram cover. Oh my gosh. Are these books like super expensive now or what? I gotta look into this. Was it when you were 6? Dang. I mean, I'd seen a lot of that stuff as a kid. Like, for me, it was Alien. I think I saw Alien when I was like 7 or 8. Yeah, I lost some sleep over that, you know? It's basically the Animorphs series. Oh, are they making a new Animorphs? Well, that's odd. That is interesting. Now I gotta see. I gotta see if Goosebumps are like, can you just buy these anywhere or what? 'Cause both my kids read now. I got them super into reading. So I think they'd enjoy them. They picked up some Goosebumps, looked like manga. Had to be a Japanese artist. And I was like, this is cool, but like, you know, there's something special and meditative and focused about reading fiction without pictures. You do all of the work. Your brain does all the work itself. Reading is fundamental. That's true. It's true. We, you know, again, since I've got young kids, we watched the event that Queen Camilla participated in at the New York Public Library, in which they reunited the original Winnie the Pooh dolls with a missing Roo doll, and they did a little bit of reading out of Winnie the Pooh. But she mentioned in a little speech things about how reading fiction, even just a little bit, helps reduce stress, it helps with focus, things like that. I think that's a huge factor potentially of why so many people are stressed out in our world today. Nobody reads anymore. Nobody takes that time to get aside with yourself, essentially. And we got to a good game. Were we not playing good games before? Oh. Viridian Games, long time no see. How are you? When was the last time you were in here? What were we playing? We're talking about reading here briefly, but yeah, reading has very real benefits. And I think that's awesome. That ought to be more celebrated, let's say. We found a dowser. There it is. Oh shoot, I used it. Ah, well. The treasure you found is a dwarven. You got a dwarven. Okay. Well, that's what Dowser does. I didn't mean to use it. I meant to push select. Push the wrong button. I've heard from a good number of people they do not want to be with their own thoughts. Like they'll put on a podcast just to drown everything out. It's kind of funny. They're probably just contributing to stress. Yeah. It seems like being honest with yourself and dealing with maybe mental issues that you're struggling with, that's gonna be more helpful, not less. Huh? Ultima 6. Okay. What did we play? Oh, Paladin's Quest was after Ultima 6. That one was okay. It wasn't too bad. Reading a book as opposed to an ebook? Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he won't want you to feel bad. A dowser, like a dowsing rod, right? That I think was supposed to help you find water. A divining instrument. Yeah, yeah. I would tend to agree with that. I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not gonna say for sure, but I would think that would be a harmful habit to develop. Reading might help. You know, reading might be that bridge between you just sitting there and thinking with no stimulus and, you know, sitting there and doing some thinking. Okay, I couldn't catch that one, but that's all right. We'll catch this other one coming through here. Read Murderbot. It's one I've not heard of. Currently finishing up iRobot from Isaac Asimov, one of my favorite writers. It's been a long time since I've read any Asimov. And I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going from the robot novels, you know, the robot detective novels, through to the Empire novels, through to the Foundation novels. We're going to do the whole thing. Reading is mandatory for mental well-being. That sounds right to me. Tried ebooks a few times. They can be helpful. Like if, for me, if I'm real busy, back when I was commuting a lot, you know, and didn't want to necessarily take a fragile book with me. I read a couple books like that, Dracula, Frankenstein, back to back. I was trying to read Les Miserables while I was taking a lot of air flights, and it's not a small book, so it was kind of tricky to keep with me. So I get the utility of ebooks, but I'm with you. My preference is for real physical paper books. And it is absolute, you're spot on. It's super nice to take a break from technology. Oh yeah, Viridian Games. I remember seeing the movie iRobot. That movie dropped at a point in my life when I was still like, oh, they're making a movie for that, it's gonna be amazing. And that happened to me so many times. Oh, they're making a movie for that, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, they're making a movie for that, it's gonna be, and then every time we're like, turns out that wasn't amazing. But yeah, I think iRobot as maybe like a TV series, like a limited TV series, and you can handle each chapter. I think that would be pretty cool because it's episodic. But that movie was definitely not iRobot at all. You know, I was very by the books, Hollywood, unfortunately. So my eldest son is doing a project in which he has to highlight a mathematician and study and present his work to his class. And he saw me reading iRobot, and I told him a little bit about the book and about Isaac Asimov, and he picked Isaac Asimov for his project subject. I was very, very glad for that. Deoxer, let me get you in here. Viridian Games, let me mention this to you as well. We're doing a giveaway currently. We are going to give away, middle of this month, let me get the picture up. An NES 30 game controller. This is from 8BitDo. It's a wireless controller. This is a used product, but I've used it, so I can tell you it works just fine. And it's functionable with Switch, with PC, with all kinds of stuff. It comes with a stand called an X-stander. You can put like your phone in there because it'll connect to your phone. All right, I got you. I guess I sold you on it pretty quick. All right, that's cool. All right, we'll add it to that. So basically, all you have to do is follow the channel and then type in that code. You can get an extra entry every day that I'm live. And good luck to you. I'll send it out free if you're in the lower 48. If you're outside of that, I just ask that you cover shipping. If you win and you don't want it, you can give it to somebody else. Tell somebody else they're the winner or whatever you want to do with that. But that'll be going out soon. Okay, this guy's nah, I don't think he's gonna make it in time here. Oh, but it's pretty clear up. So. Okay, I think I mean, aside, I don't believe I'm gonna need to get the Chaos Gate, but we could do that first anyway, and then I'll get the temple, and that should ideally be it. Oh man, but yeah, Viridian, you mentioned Ultima 6. I'm really glad that we got both of the Ultimas done. There is a third Ultima on here called Runes of Virtue 2, but I play tested it. It's definitely an action adventure. Blackgate was borderline action adventure. They had trimmed out almost everything. Yatarlin, how's it going? Welcome. Cool, we picked up a cure, and we knocked out the 2 Ultimas, but I've still got the 2 Might Magic SNES. So, not that biggie. Ravaging Justice, I got you as well. How's everything going? How's Bebe? There we go. Yeah, it is a shame because it was actually fun to play. Like, I enjoyed that playtest that I did with it. But I was like, oh, there's no real character progression system here. And it was very, very, very basic. Everyone's healthy for now. That's the one constant in life. I think Benjamin Franklin said death, taxes, and kids getting sick, because kids get sick all the time. You know, just constantly. My youngest is getting a bit older, so it's less and less often now, but it was things like, hey, you know, don't share food with people who are sick at school. Wash your hands before you eat. All the basic stuff that you kind of take for granted, you know, when you're older. You're like, of course you wash your hands. Why? You would think. You would think every adult would know, wash your hands before you eat. But when I worked at the restaurant, you know, I'd go to use the restroom, and you'd see a guy in there, suit and tie, doing his, like, you know, business call while he's taking a leak, which is like, that's pretty tacky. But he'd zip himself up, flush the thing, and walk out. And I'd be like, you're not even gonna, you know, wash your hands? That's disgusting. That is real gross. Use one of these, and, well, let's use one of these. There we go. Build up immunity. Yeah. It reminds me of a crazy person I met actually at that same job. They told me the government puts mind control chemicals inside of coffee sweetener, and he was putting coffee sweetener in his coffee as he's telling me this. And so I asked the obvious question, why are you putting that in your coffee if it's mind control chemicals? And he's like, well, it's because I built up an immunity to it. And I was like, what if that's just what they want you to think? And he didn't have an answer. So you got to think about these things, you know? This one doll mage unit right here is just... Do doll mages evolve again? Evolve. Like, this is Pokemon. Do they promote again or what? Yatarlin, what's going on, Yatarlin? I see you popped in there. Hi. I don't know if you're at a point in life where you're able to chit chat with us in your day, but I'm glad that you're here, and we can chit chat in our hearts. Josh Pritt, we are fighting it out. Oh, Dull Master, cool. And then he's gonna be. Oh, hey, all right, man. We'll be here. We will be here. You know, someone has no sense of social etiquette when they don't wash their hands in public. Absolutely. And like, if you're conducting business, you know, you're probably doing handshakes and things like that. And yeah, that's super duper disgustingly gross. They need middling. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ain't got that. The alignment thing. The alignment thing is pretty tough on here. This is kind of a balancing act that I thought when I first played through this game a couple of years back. It is interesting how fine they want to make certain requirements. If someone walks in, there's no way I'm walking out of there without washing my hands. Of the idea of this game and that alignment kills it. You don't necessarily need the alignment, so I get that, right? Like, you don't necessarily need the alignment, you know, play that whole game in order to beat this. But it is a bit frustrating if you want something specific to promote. And alignment is not the easiest mechanism to do that with. Oh, OB64 makes it a lot easier. That's good. Okay, see if we can't get a petrify off on here. That's a great way for some low alignment units without clerics to chew through the undead. Not super efficient, but it gets the job done. Are there neutral alignment characters that are decent or no? There's some, but what am I trying to say? Like, it's not a requirement. It is pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of diverse units and stuff. Like, there's a red dragon that needs to have middling alignment, stuff like that. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm gonna get this temple. No. And we'll see. This is better trigger now. We've done everything correct. Tough thing is, you know, we've dropped a lot of our alignment to 0. And it's not been swell. Make sure that no shenanigans going on. Here we go. Fingers crossed that this works. Do you want to pull a card? Oh, full card. That's useful. Here we go. So it was not giving me this yesterday at all. So in order to get this to trigger, you have to follow a specific order of things. I think I might have liberated this temple before I got the Bell of Light. And then the game gave me the Bell of Light, but then it did not allow me to get this statue prompt again. But it worked.
My name is Saradin, the wizard Saradin. On the day that Rashidi destroyed Zenobia, I was turned to stone by the apprentice Abelnail. Because I made my master Rashidi angry. Because I tried to stop his quest for black magic. I must stop my master and the other apprentices. I have a responsibility to... Can I please ask you to let me join you?
No way. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. I will fight with you to the death.
Sweet. Games don't care about nuance. Over 100 years old. He's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good for his age. Okay, so we're gonna have to send a unit back. Let's do this one. Why not? Oh yeah, Tarlin, I'm just now seeing you got a 3-stream streak. Congratulations. And thanks for watching the channel. Yeah, we'll see what we want to do here. Maybe, I'm gonna put it in this unit next to the ghost. Because I don't like ghosts. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the place to be if you love retro RPGs. Yeah, Charlie. Did you get your entry in for the day for the giveaway? I'll get questions from time to time as far as what we're going to play after this. I do not have a great answer to that question just yet. Although I would love it to be the thing. No, I got you. I'll make sure you don't forget. Would love it to be Might and Magic 2, but I don't know. I'm not in a huge rush now because I'm not in active book production. So I could always replay a fave. I know this would be hugely adorable to our friend Mr. Temper, but I was thinking of replaying Earthbound because I adore that game. Blossom 357. Hey, we have a Blossom over here on Twitch. Small world, huh? Do play all the games on original hardware? So I do emulate, but I'm not emulating right now. We wanted to play. I decided I wanted to play all of these SNES RPGs on original hardware, where possible. Just to get as authentic of an experience with them as possible. So a couple things like I think emulation, you could use things to adjust the speed of the game. That's going to adjust the pacing of the game. That's going to impact your patience levels. There's things like save states. You don't have to use them, but it's very tempting to do so. So you can dramatically impact the game's difficulty. And since I wanted to write about these games for my book, I wanted to make sure that I had an authentic experience with them. So for these games, fortunately, I had a lot of them from childhood. I was gifted a couple. I was very, very, very happy to receive a gift of EVO, The Search for Eden, Chrono Trigger. That one's a bit of karma, because I had my childhood copy of Chrono Trigger, and then when I left Hawaii, I had no idea when I'd ever see my best friend again, so I gave him my copy of Chrono Trigger. I don't know if he still has it or not, but I gave mine away. Somebody gave me theirs, so that felt good. And then trading was really beneficial. I did a lot of trades to secure some copies of expensive games, like Lufia 2. I didn't purchase. I got it in a trade. Can I prove that? Oh, you're not. Well, I don't know that I can. I've never seen two Blossoms in the same room, you know? Let's see. Let me scroll up here. For whoever wins the contest about shipping, I live with your brother, the Ultimate Warrior. Do I ship to parts unknown? It has to be a lower 48. I will ship to the moon. We were talking about this. I'll have Artemis 3 take it up there, so yeah, we'll do all that. No worries. Okay, I think we've got, well, we've still got one unit going back. Yeah, almost there. Want to play this, but I can't start it before I finish. Oh, BG3? I would love to play Baldur's Gate 3. This is a huge time sink. It's a very long game. Finding original copies, they definitely can be expensive. So I benefited from childhood copies. Like I already had Earthbound. I already had a couple others. You'll be surprised actually on this list how many of these are pretty affordable still, perhaps. So like 7th Saga, ActRaiser, Arcana, I don't know. Brainlord, that's affordable. I think you can find Brandish for decent prices. The 2 Breath of Fires for decent prices. Dragonview and Draken, nobody cares about. I found a Nindo at a local shop for like $30. All 3 of the Final Fantasy games by title are still very affordable. The Beholder was cheap. King of Dragons, Knights of the Round, those were actually expensive ones. Mana you can find affordably. Black Gate was a bit on the expensive side, which I don't appreciate that. Games like Zardion, nobody cares about, so that was cheap. Secret of the Stars was expensive. That was unfortunate. That was the last one that I needed to get. You're working in an office, had customers come and saying they want to sell their SNES games. A copy of Secret of Mana. They wanted $5 for it. There you go. Yeah, you can find stuff like I found Robotrek. There was a guy locally that was selling Demon's Crest and Robotrek together for $80. And I was like, yes. So that was a good deal. You can find a lot of stuff locally. Lufia 2 is excellent. I didn't play it as a kid. I played it as part of this challenge. I thought Lufia 2 was a real masterclass. Super good. For 7th Saga, I used Lux, and then I got Esuna as my secondary. Can't argue about an Nindo right now, holding a crying baby. All right, awesome. So let me unleash. So a Nindo, $30 in shop. I went to go buy it, and the cashier warned me. He was like, just so you know, you're buying a Nindo Way of the Ninja. I was like, I understand. I need to do it for this challenge that I'm doing. He's like, okay, you're going to need to sign the waiver because we can't be held responsible for you purchasing a Nindo Way of the Ninja and then experiencing all the trauma that is regularly involved. You might wind up like one of those people who seems to think that a Nindo Way of the Ninja is a masterpiece. It's that dangerous to your mental health. So I signed the waiver. He was all too happy to get it out of the building. Like, you could see him, you could see the curse lifting from his face as far as him getting that completely out. And so I took it home. I remember I put it into the system for the first time, and I heard and I haven't slept since. So I keep trying to give the copy away to somebody else, and nobody will take it because everybody knows it's one of the worst games ever made. And that whole story is true, except for the part with the curse. Played all 7 apprentices in 7th Saga? Oh yeah, you should. Mystic Arc. Can't tell if you're serious about the waiver. The trifecta of Nindo fans right here. Ravaging Justice, Mr. Temper, and DD Dragon. Just, I can hear their blood pressure rising. Missing good tea. Oh yeah, tea is great. Well, you can defend it all you want, but I just easily brush it off as bouts of insanity. The curse is obviously the true part. The untrue part is that I bought a Nindo. I didn't buy it. I pointed at it like, what's that? And the guy was like, take it, please. I'm begging you. It's cursed my family for generations now. You should play a Nindo. And so people have asked me, they're like, wait, would you not recommend it then? And I was like, no. By all means, play it. Everybody should be able to make up their own minds on these sorts of things. That's what I think. Okay, let's take a peek see at what we got. And, where is he? This guy. And they always stick him with stupid stuff. Alright, Saradin. Oh, he's already a mage. He's already a mage. So we could use a thing on him then, huh? Let's take out... but see, then this isn't a flying unit. Ah, that's a little unfortunate. What else is chilling? Oh, right here. We'll do this. Take the ghosty out. Sorry, ghosty. I love you. And we'll stick, what's his face in here? The mage Saradin. Uncharted Waters. Okay, now we had a long-running... you're laughing? I'm glad you're laughing. We had a long-running thing here in this chat about the Koei curse, right? And Nindo was real rough. I also could not finish Uncharted Waters on stream, mostly because of the backseating. And you know, let me I made this for you people. Okay, this is for some of you. All right, keep that in mind. If you make me tap the sign, I'll put this on screen again. Okay. Oh yeah, 7th Saga, #1, numero uno. Let's see. Have you really been looking for a copy? Well, Justice, maybe I'll ship you this one time to say thank you for being rad. But I basically think it's like it carries over and people's tastes change over time. Yeah, absolutely. Taste and objective quality both exist. Let's see. Playing an Indo again after Ogre battle. There'll be no soft lock. You can do it. I believe you. Now, Uncharted Waters, though. You should play Uncharted Waters New Horizons. I think that game is absolutely incredible. Definitely not for everybody. But, see, John knows. Ended up being mid. I wouldn't even say it's mid. My thing froze on the RPG list. Okay, it's off now. I took it down. You couldn't finish Uncharted Waters off stream either? No, because it's boring. I played the second one, but before I publish the second book, if ever, I need to finish the first one as well. You would download a car, but would you backseat a streamer? Because that's just evil. Okay, here we go. Let's deploy. Oh, hold up. You know what? We've got a staff to turn him into a sorcerer, don't we? I think we do. Oh, you know what? It might have been a drop on this level that I played yesterday. So that sucks, because that was a good drop. And, alright, we'll just have to wait for that then. Here we go. You just spoil the ending for Uncharted Waters? No. No, you don't have to do that. Chat being annoying is the reason why I stopped playing Uncharted Waters on stream. So don't be more annoying. That doesn't help. That's the opposite of helping. Let's see. I got everything else. I got that one down there, that one over there, that one over there. I think there's one more up here. I was trying to be generous to you. I was. But yeah, one guy hand-holding the entire time was not great. Okay, is it still frozen or what? When I check it on my end, it's not frozen. So I might refresh the page or something. Thunder! Maybe we'll just boots. Well, he's like halfway there already. Oh, revisionist history. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's not like it's all on recording or anything. No, but in all seriousness, Inindo and the first Uncharted Waters, those were the only two games that were part of this series that are like, I'm not going to finish streaming this. There it is. See? Ah, beautiful. Thunder. Thunder. Thunder stuff. Oh, peep. Tried rewatching Thundercats, and it's still great. I really love Rankin and Bass animation. I really do. Good stuff. No, it's not Rankin and Bass animation, but I associated with it. Oh, Hobbit and all that jazz. Here we go. Well now, if it isn't Saturday, I knew we'd meet again. So you've reincarnated again, you arrogant old fool. Ha 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 ha. Speak like that and you'll make your master angry. Wake up and admit the power of the dark. You above all could master it.
To what end? What's to be had on the fringes of magic?
Ultimate power. We can surpass the gods themselves.
But for that you will destroy the people, destroy the earth.
I am now immortal. No one can stop me.
Wrong! You will follow me into eternal sleep.
Up. Okay, let's do it. We got a bunch of world cards, so that'll be lovely. We acid. Okay, so we're going after that. Let's see. We do have we've got a full card. I kind of want to save the full card though. We should be able to get him from there. Ooh, Phantom? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Life Suck you can use on any road. That's pretty great. Don't miss. Stop missing. Why you gotta miss? Huh? You know? Why would you miss? There you go. One more. No. Hey, do we get one more Phantom attack? Your main character had Phantom? Oh, that's from answering those questions. Funny, huh? I'm gonna use an Emperor here. Ogre Jerry Seinfeld. I appreciate it. What is the deal with missing? Why does everybody keep missing? Imagine that that's your legacy. Like, what is the funniest joke that Jerry Seinfeld has ever told? You can't think of an individual joke, but you can think, why would you drive in a parkway and park in a driveway? I wasn't even back in his house. You know? I guess that's it. Ogre Michael Richards said about the dwarves. This is, there's a lot of layers of knowledge required for that. Oh, you had an evil one. How's it going, Jake Fake Snake Cake? How you doing? Oh, Dolores! As he shouts out the door. That one had me. That one had me. Jake, how you doing? Seinfeld is a really funny show. Not because of Jerry, but it is a really funny show. Hey, we did it! We did it. This song isn't really going anywhere. Okay, cool. So, what else we got here? Oh my gosh. You could say Seinfeld is the funniest show. I think it is. Oh, that's... I would love to see that, Jake. If you've got that on like a TikTok or something, shoot it my way. Well. We did it. See, I've never actually seen Frasier. I have not. A lot of people recommended it to me. They're like, "You're an intellectual." And I'm like, "Why?" Yes, I am. And then we kind of go from there. But no, I've never seen it. Near a Thunder. Very long show. Longer than Seinfeld? Seinfeld took me a while to get through. I don't really binge too well. Biak. I don't know. I can't. What does this do? There's an ice up, huh? And this, fire, ice, and white attack up. I mean, we could plop this on another wizard here. Why not? Yeah, I didn't see Cheers either. Why do they call it The Legend of Zelda, but we never see any feats that she did? All we see is Link doing all the work. It should be called The Legend of Link. Link is getting frustrated. Dwarven. Let's see. Dwarven sword. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Oh, sure, here we are. Well, now what? I do have 2 of those Centaur demons. Hey, Jake, I see you got a 10 stream streak. Congratulations. And thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I'm glad that you do. I don't know. What else can I do right now? I'm not going to start a whole new map. Definitely not going to do that. That would be a lot. That would be a lot. These are supposed to be shorter, aren't they? The little floating islands. Oh yeah, let me see what this might do for us. Oh, cool. All right, so actually we could turn these in for some promotional stuff. We need to go back to Diaspola for that. So that's what I'll do real quick here. Okay, and where is the wizard that gives you this? Anglin. Okay. Not Mimak, not Rummelrant. Remorge, Alaxia, whatever. John. I really want you to go all the way across here. Samuel. There it is. No, let's do a high sky unit. I don't think so. But somebody else better versed in the game will have to answer that question, Mr. Timber. And there are no ignorant questions here. Unless you ask one. Oh yeah, Jolly. Fairly early on, you should definitely replay this if you can. I think it's great. I really, really do. For us, we condemned the witch on this one because she was turning people into pumpkins. You know, the game's like, well, did you know she's beautiful? And it's like, I heard, but that's okay. That's fine. She's still turning people into pumpkins. Doing the Mad Doctor stuff. But no, Temper, I think the Lord unit does not promote. I think Lord is a class in and of itself.
I am the stupendous wizard Borgnine. Oh, a centaur's demon. And that I don't have yet. One that I don't. I'll give you 10,000 goth. No. Well then, how about an undead staff? Yes! Come back if you find any more. Sweet. Or we can get a Dragos. We already got one of those. And I really like these staffs, so that's what we're going to go for. If she offered pumpkin pie, I might have spared her then, because pumpkin pie, with or without whipped cream. I've never seen somebody eat pumpkin pie without whipped cream, because why would you?
Cool. We got 2 undead staves. We got the staves. And that's it. Okay, so the pumpkin pie was made of pumpkins that were previously people. So it's a people pumpkin pie. Ooh, chocolate pudding on pumpkin pie. I've had fudge on pumpkin pie before. That is pretty debaucherous, I think. But it's good. It's good. Okay, here's our staff. And I think we could do this here. Let's see. Yes! Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So there's our sorcerer. You would turn them all into pumpkins if she offered you pumpkin spice. Are you a pumpkin spice person? You into that sort of thing? Let's see. We need a ring, right, to turn the sorcerer into a lich. I think that's accurate. Sorcerer and an undead ring. Okay, I don't think I have one of those. Calories. Yeah, try not to think of it. Let's see. I don't think I do. We can go ahead and use this. It's just been sitting around doing nothing. How about there? I do not have that. Everything is getting more expensive, John. It's true. Unfortunately. Debaucherous levels of calories. Yeah, you gotta use like the old-fashioned, like, you know, 1700s language for evil. Or like one time I called a pie my wife made adulterous, and I was like, that's pretty bad. But it was delicious. Have undead staves to use on mages. We can't get the mages. It's tricky to get the mages. Yeah, you gotta have that. You're not gonna get one too with your character levels being so high, unless you can get items that artificially bump up your alignment. But that's gonna be the thing with your run, though, Mr. Temper, is promoting is gonna be tough. All right, folks. Hey, we did it in a reasonable amount of time today. I think that's where I'll draw it for the weekend. We'll go ahead and say hi to my old friend Crit Brown. Looks like he's playing, I think, Final Fantasy 14. Anyways, my friends, I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend. Aloha Friday to you. And see you later. Bye-bye.